surprised by this blowout number in one way? And are you seeing signs that maybe this sort of the tailwinds that you're seeing in the economy are sustainable right now?
Hi. Yeah, definitely surprised on the positive side. And as Menka mentioned, the positive surprise to our mind is primarily on account of stronger services, both the domestic services where we are seeing a catch-up, DS services export side, and continued strength in investments. I think the two aspects that did disappoint us were one, private consumption, and two, actually imports were significantly weaker than expected. So the contribution from net exports was nearly a quarter of the GDP growth in this quarter was from actually net exports. So a bit of a mixed bag in terms of details, but definitely stronger momentum. Now, going forward, we do think the tailwinds will turn a bit more into headwinds for FY24. There are various factors behind that. The global slowdown, in our view, right now is reflecting in lower goods exports, but services exports should also moderate going forward. The global uncertainty, to our mind, means that the strength in private investments will basically start to taper down going forward. And while rural consumption may pick up as inflation comes off, we think the urban discretionary side of consumption will flatline. So strong momentum, but we think the business cycle has peaked and is headed lower.
And Sonal, you know, there are lots of tailwinds, but what about the headwinds? And they don't come more sort of headwindish than El Nino. That could actually be a bit of a blow for the agricultural side of things, but really the risks are quite minimal. With that, as you've been mentioning, benign environment for inflation ahead. I mean, surely the RBI could start cutting early in the summer.
Right. Yeah, I think the El Nino is clearly a risk and something we need to monitor going forward. One thing we found is that the years of El Nino for sure result in lower agriculture production, so they do weigh on agriculture production and rural output, rural consumption. But the impact on food inflation is not clear-cut. There are reasons why food inflation can be low even in an El Nino year. So it's quite asymmetric in terms of the El Nino impact on growth versus inflation. Now, the RBI, of course, is a lot more optimistic on growth. Their forecast is GDP growth will be around 6.5% for FY24. Our own view is it's going to be around 5.5%. So as some of the growth tailwinds do start to fizzle off, we do think the focus of the RBI will shift towards growth. And inflation, of course, has already come down below 5%. And our view is the May reading, partly on base, partly on momentum, will come down even further, closer to 4%. So inflation is less of a challenge. As of now, India is in a sweet spot. It's low inflation, strong growth. But as growth starts to weaken, RBI, we think, moves to supporting growth focus. So that timing for us, Rish, is closer to October. So we're expecting a policy easing cycle starting October worth a cumulative 75 basis points.